Hey guys, I'm Philip. I'm starting a YouTube channel, and this is not about tech. So, this might come as a shock to a lot of people who know me because for the most part of my life, I've been rather technically inclined. A lot of things I've done have been centered around engineering, design, and all things of that sort, to be honest. Um, but it has never felt like a complete representation of who I am. Like it has never felt like me in whole. And this struggle has kind of been around for a very long time. In the secondary school days, you get to that point where you have to choose between being a science student or being an art student. And everybody rather goes one way or the other so easily. But for me, it was like a serious struggle, and I really did not want to go either way because I wasn't willing to drop either of those parts of myself because they felt like me, right? Um, but my parents did the usual African parent thing, right? And they spoke to my principal. Eventually, like, this guy is too smart to go to the art class, which I think is a problem, but not to be talked about in this video. Um, they did that, and then I went to the science class eventually, but I still maintained my interest in art stuff, and I was still attending art classes as much as possible. Um, and it was rather sad for me because I was a top art student, top science student. I wanted to pursue both things in some way, although it seems like the educational system at this time or at the time also did not support that. But yeah, here we are today. Fast forward after that, I went to school, University of Benin to be specific, to study computer engineering, but it was never really the goal for me. So eventually I dropped out. Yeah, and that will be talked about in another video. But yeah, I did dropped out at some point, and I came to Lagos to do the usual Lagos hustle thing. Um, and I'll talk about that some other day as well. But yeah, fast forward down the line, it's been 5, 6 years now, and I've been working as an engineer primarily. I've worked as a WordPress engineer, did some front end engineering, done some back end engineering, mobile at some point. I've done some design too, and now I am a product manager. But yeah, that's not what this video is about. This video is about me introducing my YouTube channel and telling you the things to expect from me on this channel, at least in the foreseeable future, right? It may change at some point, but at the moment, the things I am looking at putting out are the things I'm trying to articulate in this video. And for me, it is essentially me. I'm going to be trying to explore my more artistic inclinations and put out work or artistic expressions based off of that. And what that means is there's going to be like several categories, but primarily first, the channel is going to be a way for me to explore filmmaking. It's going to be a way for me and it's filmmaking in a sense of using the channel as a voice as well, because I feel like there's a couple of things. There's lots of things that come up, lots of discussions that go on, lots of controversial things that are being whispered here and there that in my head I think a lot about and form certain opinions around. Or in some cases, I don't even form opinions. I just like brainstorm. Like it's the council of elders that sit around. I like talk about the issue, and I'm like, yeah, like everybody's side makes sense. So I kind of want to use this channel to explore those things, but present my thoughts on them in a more artistic way and in a more presentable fashion, in some sense. The second thing is there's going to be some music. I mean, those of you who are familiar with my interest will already know that I love singing and making music. So there's going to be some of that, doing some covers and putting out some personal songs of mine. The third thing is I am starting a startup. So in some way, I feel like I want to cover that journey and share that with the world or whoever is interested, to be honest. I think that starting a startup is something that has been very much talked about like rocket science in some way. And in some way it is. But in other ways, I think that it is rather methodical. Like there's some approach to it, there's some technique to it, and there's things to look at that do not really vary across board. So in some way, I want to use this medium to share things I have learned, mostly through observation. So you might want to take it with a pinch of salt, mostly through observation, but also while building my own startup. So for someone else trying to do the same, there's something to look at, sort of like a template, or you probably learn something that could be applicable to your situation, and that makes the journey somewhat smoother for you. It's never going to be smooth anyway. So, but yeah, that's one other thing I would love to do. So that's it really. If you think these are things that you will want to see, if you want to come along with me on this journey, and somehow you think the content will be of benefit to you, please subscribe and put on notifications for new videos. If you aren't sure yet, please subscribe and watch out for the next thing. If you think you would not enjoy it, that's okay. You could just wait around and until you realize you would eventually enjoy it. That's it from me, guys. Peace.